Yeah, that was one of the, 12 tries the Kangaroos scored against Italy, 15 against Scotland, 7 against Fiji. So what's that, 30 plus 34 tries so far in the tournament over 3 games. How good is that? And they've only conceded 3 as well. You'd be stoked if you were the coach, right? But I still reckon Mel Meninga's got a fairly hefty headache. I hope that Panadol's working overtime. He's on the verge of a tough call. Who to leave out? Let's see if the big fella's any closer. Mal, good evening to you. Where do we find you this Sunday night?
Oh, g'day, Ben. Yeah, sorry, mate. I'm in Manchester.
Yeah.
I just realised I must confess to everyone that it's daylight saving, so the clocks have been put back an hour, mate. So
Oh, no.
oh, I've had a shocker. I apologise.
So you were thinking I was calling in another hour or so. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
so what's going on?
Yeah.
It's not too bloody early yet.
Oh, well, that's good. That means you get a bit of time up your sleeve. Hey, is this decision to pick your final 17? Is this the toughest you've ever faced in your coaching career?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, honestly, yep, it is. It's so goddamn tough, mate. Unfortunately, because 24 players are playing terrific footy. You know, 24 players have bought into what we're trying to do. They love putting on the green and gold jersey. They all want to be a Kangaroo, and everyone wants to play at the back end of the tournament. You know, when it gets a bit tougher, and you all want to win the World Cup.
Are you any clearer then on your decision after the Italian showdown?
Oh, I'm pretty clear on the team I want to take forward. Yeah, I am. We just I've got to do a few more things tomorrow, mate. Be honest with you. So I just want to talk to the captain, James Tedesco, and some of the leadership group as well about it all. The coaches, Michael Hagan and Adrian Lamb. We've been talking about the last 24 hours. So, after that performance on the weekend, so we just I think we're pretty clear, mate. We just got to obviously talk to the captain and a few of the influential guys in the team as well, and that'll happen tomorrow.
In your mind, then, can you give us an insight? Where are you leaning?
Well, at this stage, I think both can be in the team, mate. There you go.
Both Daly, Cherry-Evans and Nathan Cleary can be in the team.
I think both can, mate. Yeah, I honestly do. I just, our best 17, you talk about our best 17 or our best 90 when we talk about a squad, they're actually, two of our best players. So I feel as we move forward that, we can accommodate both of them. We'll just see where my conversations take me, in the next 24 hours. But I honestly feel that they can both play a role in our footy team.
Would I be too presumptuous to think that's a 14 role for Daly Cherry-Evans?
It could be for either, mate, to be honest with you. I mean, I played them both at 7 and 6, and I thought, they handled it really, really well. They combined really well. Ches has already obviously played 14 a lot. Certainly for Queensland, when I was coaching Queensland, he played that middle role. He could play 9, and he can obviously put himself into that 6th position. We've got Cameron Munster. He's obviously the best 5'8" in the world. In everyone's opinion, really. But sometimes his best position could be a little bit wider out as well. So it just depends on who's healthy and what happens in a game. You just don't know. I think you need to cover your outside backs in test match footy, So I just feel that, again, in chatting to, our senior players, and obviously, Darley and Nath are part of all that. So just having a bit of a chat to them about in the next 24 hours, we'll sort of make that decision around what will happen.
Now, this puts a very different spin on it then, because that means Ben Hunter's probably the unlucky one.
No, not necessarily.
Oh, Struth, mate. What are you doing to us?
Not necessarily, mate. So, no, it's why Ben? Why not Harry? So, but I just, I think.
Okay,
as we progress forward, like I said, well, as we go forward, again in the, through the tournament, what is our best 70? What does that look like? I thought Benny Hunt was probably our best player on the weekend against Italy. I thought he handled that 9 position really, really well.
Yeah.
Harry will get an opportunity this week, against Lebanon to do that as well. And then we'll make a decision, against New Zealand, obviously, about what the team, definitely would look like against, all those big boppers, and what is the best balance and combinations that's get the best for us against all those big Pacific Islanders that New Zealand's going to have as well. So is that we match them size for size, or do we use some of our smaller men that may upset the apple cart against them, So we're just working our way through what would that look like at the moment. And, we've seen New Zealand play. They've had a terrific tournament as well at the moment. Their middles, they're big fellas, the Bromiches and the Sofa Solomonas and Fisher Harris, Joseph Tarpany. They're big men,
They are. You're just rolling them off. He goes through that. You stop there.
They're big men. So do we match them size, or do we match them? Do we match them with a skill and footwork and speed around the middle? What do we do?
Mal Meninga, the dulcet tones you're listening to right now. Mal, this changes the narrative a bit, because we I guess have been concentrating on who you pick for this first quarter final. Is your locked and loaded final 17? But you're saying it could very well be horses for courses.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, mate. That's the thing. That's the thing where we're going through at the moment. See, everyone assumes we've got to pick and lock and load a footy team, but I think you pick a footy team, based, because everyone's going so well. You pick it based on who you're playing.
Yeah.
So
Jeez, that's a good luxury to have, isn't it?
That's the conversation. Yeah, that's the luxury we have. There's such a versatile rugby league team, So who will complement each other? Who will complement our plan going forward and against who we're playing against?
Mal, let's get down to some nuts and bolts. Regan Campbell-Gillard, he copped a fairly big cork, didn't he, after the Italian match?
He did.
Will he be right?
Yeah, he's walking around okay today.
Yeah.
But he's still pretty sore, really sore. There is a chance that Regan may miss this weekend, So we'll just monitor that over the next 48 hours, because we sort of want to pick a team that's going to be fully fit as well. We don't want to sort of take someone in that, and again, we can afford to do this, Ben, so we can afford to take fully fit players, and we can rest players around their fitness. So we want to make sure that everyone's really, really healthy. We go in against Lebanon, and we play our best footy there with 17 healthy men.
Isaiah Yeo, he got placed on report for a crusher tackle. Have you heard any more about that yet?
No, nothing. No, nothing. So that's a good thing at the moment. Yeah. So they're supposed to report within 24 hours, so we haven't heard anything at this stage.
All right, no news is good news, but we'll keep an eye on that. All right, let's talk a little bit about Lebanon. 74-12 over Jamaica. That's what they went through overnight. How much of that game do you watch and pick the eyes out of?
We don't do much on them. I mean, I thought their best game and New Zealand's best game was when they played each other in round one in this World Cup in their pool. I thought that game was very, very competitive, and I felt that Lebanon were right in it for a long period of time, and New Zealand sort of obviously went away at the back end of the game. So I feel that that's probably the best game to make our judgments on around, what their strengths and weaknesses are and how we want to play against them. And but to be honest again, mate, we'll have a combination that we'll go forward with, and we've got to start to look at how we're going to play our best footy as well. So it's probably another week of that. To be honest with you, we'll no doubt against Lebanon. There's young Moses and Dewey, and the two wingers are really good players. Yeah. The hookers. Is going really well over here for them. So we'll do a little bit of homework on them, mate. But again, it's what we're going to do, how we're going to improve.
Mal Michael Checker, have you had much to do with him when he was Wallabies coach? Did the Kangaroos and Wallabies coaches ever come together and chat? Is that something you've come across?
No, we haven't really. But we have spoken about that. But we haven't really done anything about it, to be honest with you. So, I caught up with Michael in the launch, and he's still coaching Argentina as well. He's part of the staff there, and they're playing some rugby over here as well. So I'm not quite sure how that all works, but he's got a good outfit around him. Max King and things like that, who obviously are in the Roosters system, and he's got some really good help. And they're playing a really attractive football. They played really attractive football overnight. So, but I haven't had a lot to do with him, mate. So no.
Could you imagine ever doing anything with a rugby union team?
Oh, I'd love to. I think you can actually mix it up a bit. There's a lot of rugby league guys go work in rugby union, teams internationally. Les Kiss is a really good example. John Muggleton.
Yeah, Muggo, yeah.
Michael O'Connor's gone back, even though he's gone between codes. He's gone back and coached at that level. So I just feel, I think that there's opportunity down the track, hopefully for me, where I can get involved. But we were all brought up on rugby league and rugby union, particularly through school. I remember playing rugby union as a kid, so, I think there's similarities. We grew up in it all. So I feel that, we could probably offer each other something, around improving each team's performances.
Outstanding. Before I let you go, Mel, just one more. It's a little bit left field, but tomorrow, our time, November 1, silly season starts. I have come to the conclusion that the NRL, because it's all about me, it's come to the conclusion that the NRL does need a transfer window, a trade period as such. Your thoughts? Or are you happy with the current
I agree.
system?
I like the trade window, to be honest with you. As a lot of your listeners are probably saying, it does create, some interest at 2 times a year. I think there should be one and probably in June, the back end of June, and obviously the back end of October, so leading into 6 monthly. So I think there's a great opportunity. We do it anyway, so why not make it official? Why not make it, why not put it on TV, make it a spectacle out of it? It's great. It's great conversational pieces. It allows, clubs, to be very, very active this time of year, and I just think it's a great marketing tool, for rugby league, obviously, to commercialise it a little bit too through the broadcasters. So I feel that, I think it's a goer. Whether it's a 2-week window or it's a week window, I'm not quite sure. I haven't really thought about it too much, but I just feel that it just adds to the drama and the theatre of our game. And as you know, mate, there's a lot of drama and theatre in our game.
And it should be about what's happening on field. Mate, well, you've provided us with plenty of drama and intrigue leading into this week. So DCE and Nathan Cleary, in your mind, can be in the same team, and we look forward to that team being announced. When do you have to do that? When do you have to put the final sheet in?
Oh, not until 48 hours beforehand.
Yeah.
But, we've done the right thing. I think we've got a lot of Australian media over here at the moment, Ben, so, we'll make sure we probably get it out 72 hours before our game. So, like I said, I've got 24 more hours to mull over it, have a chat to some of the important, influencing, players in our footy team. I've already talked to the coaches, so, we'll have it sorted out, very soon.
Mate, really appreciate the insight, and get those clocks sorted. We will chat again next week. Good luck and good hunting against Lebanon.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. Thanks, mate. Cheers.
There we go. Mel Meninga live from Manchester. Wow, and just wow. We all thought it was a showdown between Nathan Cleary and Daly Cherry-Evans, but you heard right here, Mel Meninga is leaning towards them playing together in the same team. Not at 6 and 7, but one off the bench. Who would it be? Who would you go with? Daly Cherry-Evans come on at 14. Nathan Cleary. I just can't see Nathan Cleary not being in that starting lineup.